I do think it's very funny that within the course of this split, and I have no doubt that it will happen infinite times more in the LCK in general, we've gone from B1 Azir is actually really bad to just B1 Azir again. It just, it keeps happening. We're like, they're B1ing Azir, and we're like, ooh, that's a little rough. You might get countered, they get countered. And then it dies out, and then it slowly starts coming back up. It's just a never-ending cycle of, what if we just get away with it? And then people keep getting away with it. And then at some point, someone picks Akali or Yone, and everything falls apart. And we're like, oh yeah, that's why not.
Oh yeah.
But maybe Tank Azir really is just a way to ensure you pick Yone, I am grasping, and you ain't killing me.
Well, the bans are going to be the same, and Sponge is going to pick Sponge again. I actually wrote that on my sheet. You can see it right here. Sponge.
Sponge, yeah, that is...
I didn't write Sejuani, I wrote Sponge. And why not? I'll just do it again, because those two guys are pretty much interchangeable at this point. Varus and Ashe going to be pulled.
We're running it back!
In, and by Ashe,
let's
I
do
mean
it.
Azir. Zeri, Nautilus, and Poppy.
You could walk away from the previous game and be like, ah, nothing that we would have rather gotten. I don't agree though. I don't think it was just draft.
I think maybe look for a different top lane matchup. If you're DRX, everything else seemed okay because the lanes were going pretty well in.
So it's still 100% identical, right?
Jungle and bot, right? So yeah.
So we banned Talia. Come on, commit. Talia, and then what was the final ban? TF?
Maybe they'll ban Karma instead. Nope. Talia, and the final ban was Rakan.
So ban Rakan.
There it is.
That's the change we wanted, though. Love that.
That's what we were asking for.
Now we can just blind Aatrox, which is fine. And will not be a problem at all.
Or just play Alistar instead.
Like that for Delight. I was a little worried when Alistar is the sole form of engage, but there's really good follow-up this time around, so not too worried.
Well, they're going to get a different top matchup in terms of what the Jax is playing into. But the Jax and the Karma will be exactly the same picks, and we will have the exact same draft from DRX. Outside of one ban.
Pick the Gragas Doran. Do it.
Pick the Doran, Gragas.
It's gonna be Aatrox. I don't know why I'm asking for a champion that doesn't exist. It's not real. It's Aatrox. It's always Aatrox. It has always been Aatrox.
Oh, can it? Excuse me?
That's not a champion. It's not Aatrox, so I chalk it up as a colossal win.
Yeah, and if 4 out of 5 members on the side of DRX are just going to run straight at you, Slicing Maelstrom is pretty good. Also, if the Jax goes into Counter-Strike and you want to go into an all-in situation, just press R. And although a lot of your autos will be blocked by Counter-Strike, and that'll be very annoying, the range versus Jax matchup, if you're going to go into it, Kennen can be one of those picks. Now, it isn't very meta. We don't see this very often at all.
Didn't we only see it when Zeus builded AD like week 1?
I think so. It was that and like maybe one other time that was just kind of not noteworthy, but
maybe, yeah.
It's probably just that. We don't have him on this patch.
Yeah, because we don't have him on the sheet. Yeah, it was like week 1 or week 2?
Something like that. Probably like week 2. Sounds right.
Didn't they pick that into Genji? Which was week 1.
Oh, yeah, that was actually the first match of the season.
There you go.
Okay.
I don't think Kennen's great. I don't know if it's really going to matter. Humble Life, seemingly happy with a very similar draft. Less frontline, though.